Have you ever caught yourself thinking, should I just let my child play how they want? Or maybe, is it better if I guide them a bit? Or plan a more structured activity? Has your child ever taken a spoon and turned it into a spaceship? Or turned the bedsheet into a mountain for their toys? Maybe your child is stacking cushions into a tower and you're so tempted to step in and say, why not build it like this? Or you're wondering, shouldn't they be doing something more educational? If you have asked yourself that even once, you're definitely not alone. This episode is actually part 2 of our series on play based learning. If you haven't heard the first part, I'd love for you to check it out. It really sets the stage for what we are diving into today. Because today we are going to break down something every parent wonders about. Of course, the kinds of play. There are free play, guided play, structured play. We will understand what do they mean, why do they matter, and when should you use each at home or in a preschool setting. Namaste everyone, I'm your K, a psychologist and early childhood expert. Over the years, I've had the chance to work with many parents and educators across India, and honestly, there's one line I hear again and again. My child just wants to play all day, ma'am. Should I be worried? And I always say this to parents and educators no, not at all. Understanding what kind of play your child is doing and how you can support it is the key. It's not about controlling it, but it's about being tuned into it. Let's break it down together. I'll share examples you'll definitely relate to. As I already mentioned, there are three kinds of play: free play, guided play, and structured play. Let's understand what's the best form of play and when do we have to use it. The first one is free play. Free play is always child led, open ended, and spontaneous. Think of a moment when your child turns pillow into a spaceship, or roars like a lion while crawling under the house, or just keeps pouring water back and forth between the cups. To us, it might look random or even messy, but for them, it's imagination, problem solving, storytelling. Their brain is on fire, and especially in the best way possible. Did you know research shows that this kind of play boosts creativity, confidence, independence, and even emotional regulation in children? You must be wondering when should you allow for free play, right? At home, maybe after school or lazy weekends, even when you're cooking. In preschool, during maybe a free choice time or transition windows or early morning arrivals, just pause and notice next time when your child is whispering to their teddy or making tea with mud. That's not wasting time, that's intelligence at play. Then we have guided play. This is still child led but with gentle adult support. Let's say your child is running a pretend restaurant. You join and say, I'd like dosa and chutney, please. Or maybe you ask, what's your special today? You're still letting them lead, but you're in the world with them now. According to the studies done by the Harvard Center on Developing Child, guided play strengthens attention, builds vocabulary, and also helps the children to understand big ideas in playful ways. So, when can you try it? At home, maybe just before bedtime when you're playing one on one, and in preschool during literacy time or numeracy corners and pretend zones, you can try guided play. Dear listeners, think of it like this: when you join their imaginary game, you're quietly telling them, I see you and your ideas matter to us. And when you do this, it will help the child to build their confidence level. At last, we have structured play. It is always adult led, goal based, and often with clear rules. Now imagine you're playing a game of Simon Says, or color sorting blocks, matching letter tiles, or an obstacle course with set steps. Here, you design the game, but they are actively engaged. This kind of play is great for building listening skills, following instructions, and also learning concepts like pattern or numbers. So, when can you use it at home? Maybe during planned activity time, or if you want to skip the screen time and make it more engaging, you can also use structured play. And in preschool, it is great for circle time and focused curriculum activities. Think of it like a recipe. You have the ingredients and steps, and they get to cook up the learning. Isn't it amazing? Okay, let's zoom in into one moment and understand the concept even better with real life examples. Let's imagine your child is playing with dolls. Now, if they're dressing the doll, feeding it, creating a scene on their own, that is called free play because they're doing it on their own. If you join in and ask what's the baby's name, then that will become the guided play because you're involving in their world. If you say let's make a cot using three cushions, then that will become a structured play because here you are setting the instructions and the child will be following it. Same moment but different approaches. All three approaches are highly useful. It's not about which one is better, but please remember it's always about us knowing when and why. Understanding when and why is very important as parents as well as educators. Dear listeners, here's the one thing I'd love for you to remember. There is no right way to play, only the right moment to step in or to step back. Children don't need perfect play setups, but they need presence, our trust, our smiles, and our quiet support. They need variety too, of course. All three kinds of play that we discussed in today's episode are like different food groups. Each one nourishes different part of their growing mind. If today's episode helped you see play in a fresh way, please share it with another parent or teacher you care about. Subscribe to Mindfully Yours for more real, research backed conversation around parenting, child psychology, and mindful development. Of course, in our very own Indian context. Drop your experience and answers in the chat box. What's your child's favorite way to play, and how do you usually join in? Until next time, I'm your K reminding you brains grow best in loving and playful hands. Thank you.